Hi everyone, welcome to my Stuffer page. My name's SGW, Sarah, and today I want to talk to you about making yourself a leek and potato soup. Now there's a couple of good reasons for this, to make this soup. First of all, it's really easy and cheap. I bought a big bag of potatoes last week and I've still got half of them left, which is why I'm making it. The leeks as well, they're the two main ingredients in here. The rest of the things you should have in your store cupboard if you like making soups. The other reason is, of course, potatoes are really good, really high in vitamin C, so really good for combating colds and viruses, building up your immunity. So lots of reasons to try and make this one. Okay, the recipe for this will be, and all the method will be on my page alongside the video, so you can just watch how it works. It's pretty simple. So in terms of equipment you're going to need a big nice heavy bottom saucepan. You can see this one hasn't only got one handle, and you need to have a lid as well that will fit on the top of it. You're going to need your wooden spoon. You're going to need one of these at the end, which is my whisk. This one's giant whisk, hand blender. And that's pretty much it in terms of equipment. A knife to chop the vegetables. Now I've already chopped up the vegetables, so just to show you what I've got here, this is a big onion, one large onion, 2 or 3 stalks of celery, a couple of cloves of garlic, but you don't have to put garlic in. I just like to put them in. I think it gives it a nice flavour. We've got leeks. So I bought them, they were on special offer, so I bought 2 packs. So I'm making enough here probably for about 6 people, and I'll freeze it. And then potatoes, and this was what was left in the bag. It was kind of time to use them up, otherwise I was going to lose them. We don't want to be throwing away food right now. So they're all chopped up, and you can see I've chopped them up really fine. Everything's chopped up really fine because it will cook quicker. Then in addition to that, we're going to need some stock. So I use this stock. This one's really good. The brand Marigold's really good. It's a powder, and you just dissolve it in some stock, in some water to make your stock. I'm needing a litre of stock. I'll also need a little bit of milk at the end, but you can keep that out if you want to keep it vegan. Otherwise, this dish is vegetarian anyway. I'm going to have a bay leaf in there. That's just when we start simmering it. Some light olive oil for cooking, and a little bit of butter, just a tiny bit. It's very nice. It just gives another flavour, nice flavour when you're sweating off the vegetables. So that's everything we need. We're ready to go. I'm going to turn the oven on, the hob on. There we go. So that's on a high heat. Get nice and warm, and put some oil in the pan, just enough to cover, probably a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. You don't want it too oily, but you want to make sure, because I've got quite a lot here, I want to make sure that the vegetables will get coated properly. So the oil will go in, it's heating up now, and what I'm going to do is put in the onions and the celery first of all, because they're the base of any soup. You should always have onion and celery in your soup, chopped really finely. I'm not going to quite add the garlic just yet, so I'm going to try and pick that out. There we go. In it goes. There we are. Because the garlic can tend to burn, and you don't, once it burns, it can be a bit bitter. So those have gone in. I'm just stirring those around. Just coating the bottom of the pan. Get them all. You just want to cook them off for a couple of minutes. Let them get nice and translucent. So they're always the base of any soup. So if you ever want to make a soup, always chopped onion, always celery. And some people put carrot in as well, but I'm not bothering today. These are the 2 key things. Okay, and then I'm actually going to add, because these are a member of the sort of onion family, I guess, the leeks. They're going to go in as well now. Quite a lot of leeks here, but as I say, they were reduced. You know, one of those ones where you buy them on the day. So I thought, right, that's what I'm having. Perfect. So that's quite a full saucepan. You can see why we need a big saucepan now, but these will cook down quite a lot. There we go. And what we're going to do now, so I need to give that a good stir around, because what I want is the leeks to be covered in the oil as well, to cook them down. And at this stage I'm actually going to add a little bit of butter. As I said, you don't need to add this if you want to keep it vegan, but I'm going to put like that much in, which is a good noggin, and that will just make it a little bit richer. Butter, as you know, makes everything taste better. So, as I say, leave it out if you want. I'm going to put the garlic in now as well. So it literally, I mean, you could throw it all in together. I prefer to do it bit by bit, just to make sure everything has a chance to touch the bottom and cook. And the butter will start to melt down now. So it's on quite high heat at the moment. Okay. Make sure you're, because the leeks, we're going to puree all this at the end. The leeks will, make sure you sort of break them up a bit, because they all come in sort of spirals when you slice them. With the leeks, when you're preparing leeks, you need to make sure they're really rinsed at the tops, because you can get a lot of grit in there. So I slice the green bit off and then run it under the tap to get any sand or grit out. And you can slice them halfways before you chop them, and peel them back to see if you've missed any grit. There's nothing worse than a gritty soup. So, okay, so these are starting to soften now. I mean, I don't know whether you can see that. They aren't as hard as they were a few minutes ago, because they've started to soften up in the pan. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn that down a bit. Okay, if we don't want it to burn. And what I'm actually going to do now is put the lid on and let them sweat. Now, I talked about this in my last video. I'm sure if you've seen the other video that I did I did a carrot coriander soup. So the whole point of sweating the vegetables is just to allow the flavour to come out, let some of the juices come out. And if you do that for like 5 minutes or whatever, that will really improve the flavour. They just taste better. I don't really know the science behind it, but trust me, it works. So we let these sit for 5 minutes or so, let them sweat. And then once we've done that, we can put. You'll see as you lift it up, you'll see they'll just have broken down a little bit more. You can leave them for 10 minutes. It's fine. I mean, you can be going off and doing something else. And then I'd add the potatoes. Now you can, if you want, add the potatoes at this stage and let it all sweat together. But because they're quite a lot in there, I just want the sort of the oniony, garlicky mixture to have a chance to sort of sit on its own for a while. And I think the potatoes don't really need to sweat. They just need to boil. So once you've done that, these are sweated for 5 minutes, where you would just take this off. And for our purposes today, I'm not going to let them sweat for 10 minutes or whatever. But already they're starting to smell a bit better. And then you just add the potatoes like this. There we go. It's quite a lot, you can see. And then you stir them around as well, to get them really mixed up with the leeks. And it's important to have plenty of leeks, otherwise you won't taste them. They're quite a subtle flavour. So that's the potato leek mixture. And then all you're going to do is get a bay leaf, pop the bay leaf in. And you take that out at the end before you blend it, but that will give you a lovely flavour. You could put thyme in there as well, but thyme's quite punchy. Bay leaf is really good for making any sort of soup or stock. Okay, and then all you do is pour in the stock. I've got a litre of stock here, like this. That's half a litre, and that's the other half a litre. Give it a good stir. Make sure that bay leaf's well in there. And then put the lid on and let it simmer for half an hour. I mean, just check. You can just put a knife into one of the potatoes, or try and press a bit of potato against the side of the pan and see if it squishes, because it needs to be really soft. And then that's pretty much it. The only thing to do after that then is take it off the heat, take the bay leaf out, blitz it, and then once you've blitzed it, have a taste of it. You need to season it, put some black pepper and salt probably. If you're watching your salt levels, then obviously you don't need to do that, people can season it themselves, but it is nice to have a little bit of seasoning in there. And then some people want to add a bit of milk, or if you want to be really decadent, you can put a little bit of cream in there, or yogurt, just to make it a bit creamier, just a bit milkier. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that. I'm going to try it and see what it tastes like, and then decide whether I'm going to add milk or not. But not a lot of milk, maybe half a cup. And if you haven't got milk, then that's fine. And that's pretty much it. You can. It's really delicious cold. There's a recipe for what they call vichyssoise, that some people, the French, eat it cold. But it's obviously delicious, warm, hot, in a bowl with some crusty bread, maybe some cheese or just a bit of butter, or just on its own. It's really nutritious, and you can put it into bags and freeze it once it's cool, and it will last for up to a month, and you've got a fresh soup whenever you need it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please have a go. It's really simple, and as I say, information is on the page below, so happy cooking.